That's right. He's got clothes and everything. This is awesome. This is awesome. Welcome, everybody. We are
Completely
live.
awesome.
We are live. Welcome
We're
to our
live.
Success Mastermind for Monday, the 5th of October, 2020. John Lavenia here with you and with lots of fun people, including Adrian and Adrian and Adrian. We got all three of them here. We got Nikki, Ivier, Corla. Of course, Eggo's here. Eggo, you're looking wonderful. Congratulations on your successful procedure. Evelyn, Mary, Elmer, good to see Jane and Neil both sitting right there. Everyone's favorite cute British couple. We got Glenn, who's going to be, I think, hosting tomorrow. You hosting this deal tomorrow, Glenn? Yes, you are. Of course, Stuart and Mark showing off their Vulcan hand trick. Susie, good to see you. Robin, Daisy, Ingrid, Virginia, Nida's here. Carl and Joe. I don't see Gina, but I do see Joe. And of course, Kim and Coral and many more joining us as we speak. I am John Lavenia, your host, as always. And we are going to have a fun week. We are now well into, it's October 5th. We're well into my favorite month. We ended our week last week with a little conversation about October and what we're going to get done this month. And I'll tell you what, I think some of you have taken that to heart. I've gotten a bunch of communication, which I haven't responded to yet because it was over the weekend and I was doing family time. In fact, you know what I did this weekend? This could be part of our topic. This weekend, I took the family to do something very traditional, and it's going to be different in different regions. But I'll tell you, here in the United States and particularly in Arizona, farms are a big deal, right? Because we live in the desert. And so when somebody's created a successful farm, that's like, wow, well done. Anyway, there's this farm just out of the city, and they have like an autumn festival where they have the pumpkins and they have face painting and amusement park rides and all this. So we took my daughter, we meaning me and my wife, took my daughter and one of her friends from the neighborhood we live in, and we just had this whole Americana experience. We ate so much sugar, it was disgusting. We rode the rides, we did the thing. And I was thinking, you know what? My goodness, how blessed we are. Now, again, this may be a different experience in your region and whatever you do. I know we've got people from around the world. Farm festival, farm is work. Yeah, farm for the most part is work. In fact, I have a friend, interesting story, who was one of the top producers that I ever trained and worked with in the direct selling fields. And she was a dairy farmer from New Zealand, right? Like that was her profession. And I was thinking, because I grew up on the streets of New Jersey, I'm, a city guy. What does a farmer know about business and entrepreneurship? Oh, farmers know a lot about business and entrepreneurship. And so, in fact, just some of the principles that we've used as a metaphor here in our conversations, some of these principles are farming type principles, like the sowing of seeds. We've talked about that, right? So, there's a season for sowing and there's a season for reaping. And if you're new in business, well, obviously it's sowing time, right? In fact, we can even get biblical like this, right? We could say, oh, look at the story, the parable of the sower in the Bible, right? He was ambitious. He had good raw materials and he sowed the seeds, and some fell on the rocks and burned up. Some were eaten up by the birds. Some fell on the thorns and were choked out, but some took root, and the bounty was, plentiful and 10 times and all this. I'm paraphrasing, obviously, right? I am clearly paraphrasing. But smart and ambitious people, they sow seeds. They do. And we know when there's a season for sowing. Now, the interesting subtopic of all that is that in many cases, I have found myself in a state of avoidance because, look, it's work, right? Farming, building a business, doing entrepreneurial stuff. You've got no guarantee of success. Who says that your seed is gonna take root and bear fruit? Who says? No, you got no guarantee on that. And we've talked about this before with things like Kiyosaki's cash flow quadrants, right? Where you've got the employee and the huge jump from employee to self-employed. And arguably an even more huge jump to bigger business owner or investor, right? Where now we are setting ourselves up for leveraged income instead of just linear income. You see, on one side, we've got with employee and self-employed, we've got linear income, kind of trading hours for dollars, which you will definitely run out of time. You will. Okay. And on the other side, we've got this leveraged income, and in some cases a residual income where you've got, let's say, multiple streams of income. Just like I'm looking at Adrian right now. So glad you're here, brother. All Adrians. But I remember hearing Adrian Jackson talk about how he had put all these little products out into his Amazon business, and this one sold out and that one's got traction, right? And there were little risks, right? So yes, it's mentally a bit of a jump to get into multiple streams of income rather than just linear. Okay, but some of them started to take root, and I guess we deserve to have an update on that because it's been a few weeks since we've heard from Adrian. But the idea that we can, yes, we can risk sensibly. Okay, there's a big difference between risk and chance. Chance is going to Las Vegas and rolling the dice. Yeah, right. Arguably, chance could also be people who play the markets. Now, there is technical analysis and fundamentals, and I'm not going to go down that road with you. There's a lot to learn. Okay, and people who have really studied that and who have won and lost a lot of money, right, can tell you there's a system to that. Yeah, I know how to lose money in the market. I know how to do that. I got okay with that. I'll be looking more at that and doing it a bit more prudently. But the idea here is that there's a difference between that which we can control and that which we cannot control. And a lot of times people conflate the two. They conflate risk and chance as one and the same. It's not one and the same. Okay, and I think there's a threshold. And this is what I want to hear from everyone today. If you've got some risks that you're taking, because the theme, sort of the theme of the month, is what can I get done this month? What can I get done? All right. So on that theme, then what are you willing to do? How far out of your comfort zone are you willing to reach? Because you're not crossing that threshold into, throwing caution to the wind and chance, but you're taking calculated risks to cause something to happen. Yes, to plant seeds, to get your business or whatever you're doing in life, right? Your fitness goals, right? Or recovering past relationships, or whatever, to whatever end, whatever the fruit is on the tree, whatever the riches are, which, by the way, we're back into Think and Grow Rich tonight, chapter on specialized knowledge, which, by the way, will help you make those assessments. If you're vague on, what specifically should I do? Oh my goodness, definitely read that chapter. Read it today if you haven't already. Specialized knowledge, because then you get to be that smart and ambitious sower of seeds, not the person throwing the dice on the table. Okay. So I'm wondering, what can we do? What can I do myself to make calculated risks that I may have practiced avoidance with before? I'll tell you, for me, it has to do a lot with promotion. I know I've talked about this before, that this is something that clearly needs to be done in any business, right? You may have the best product in the world, and if it's a secret, well, you got a hobby, nice, maybe costly, perhaps, right? So can you outflow that? Can you impinge on the marketplace? Can you cause attention to be placed on this product? Because truly, as the old saying goes, there's an ask for every seat, right? So anything could sell. Anything could sell. I mean, look at some of the crap people buy right now. And all of us, right, if we're engaged in even looking at the marketplace, look at some of the stuff, the trends. I won't even go down the road of social media. I mean, insanity. And if you want to talk about what I think about it. Okay. But the idea that there's a market for everything, if you cause that market to happen, or if you augment that market that already exists. But again, we're now branching from linear income, right? Trading hours for dollars, to the ability to deliver more value into the marketplace with or without your physical presence. And that's the one that really was a thorn in my side for a while. And it's not like I've arrived or anything, but I will tell you that growing up in the mindset of, if you want something done right, you do it yourself. Because after all these failed scenarios. Look at all these lazy people or incompetence. Look at the incompetence. It's not hard to find incompetence in the marketplace if you're looking. Not hard at all, right? Oh, so you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. Sure, there's a time for that, and that's a self-employed person. That's somebody who's going to get more done in hopefully less time, because they're doing the work once and they're doing it right. But where's the leverage? And my friends, I think now more than ever, I'll paraphrase again. I think it was, my goodness, was it Warren Buffett who said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you'll work till the day you die? Was that Buffett? I think so. He knew something about investing. I'm not saying that the guy's a guru or anything, Okay, a lot of people like them, a lot of people don't like them, but it's an interesting concept that someone, even if you may disagree with their way of life, their ideologies, their whatever, right, their religion, their politics, that if they could show us a principle that works, right, that does bear fruit, that we can find ways to engage in that in a way that suits our ethics and our purposes. So I'm here to tell you that whether you've read Kiyosaki's books or not, whether you like his stuff or not, I'm here to tell you that the transition into multiple streams of income, a leveraged income, a business owner, an investor, right? Even if you're still working the job or the self-employed thing, if you could take some of that and you could put it towards, like we talked about on Friday, to build a nest egg, to build an asset that pays you 5, 10 years from now. Because if we keep thinking short term, I'm speaking to myself now, John, if you keep thinking short term, you're going to be right where you are 5 or 10 years from now. The more money you make, the more you tend to spend. You guys know my first, some of you know, I've admitted this before. The first month I ever made over $100,000 in a month, I spent every penny. Overcompensating for an impoverished youth, right? Fill in the justification here. I got lots of justifications. We can come up with all kinds of justifications. I didn't know. Ignorance, man. I'm ignorant. Ignorance isn't bliss, right? You don't get any credit for that. So, so what I'm thinking is, regardless of where you are now on your journey of financial and time and location freedom, right? We've got to be thinking, like we talked about, short term and long term, right? Here's what I do right now to keep the lights on, right? Here's the stuff I'm doing on Amazon. Here's my direct selling business. Here's my, in my case, branding agency, consulting work, right? Obviously, the stuff that I produce here at johnlavenia.com, right? So that's all stuff that I can do right now. But are there other things? In fact, I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but I've got some inroads with some people who know way more than me about taking money and putting it to work, taking money and putting it into gainful employment. So it's not just you working to earn money, it's capital gains, which, by the way, is taxed differently, right? It's better. So if you can get money working for you, right? And then you'll still work, right? You'll still do whatever work you enjoy doing because you enjoy doing it. It's on purpose stuff, not because you need to keep the electric bill on or anything like that, right? It's not about the money at this point. You can volunteer your time if you want because your capital gains. This is, I think, the holy grail, right, of financial independence. Your capital gains are to the point where it pays all your expenses and it continues to grow. Your net worth goes up every week, every month. You may have some dips here and there, okay, but your net worth goes up because you've taken calculated risks. Again, not rolling the dice. And there's a lot of seductive, instant riches kind of things that cross my desk every day. A lot of I've been in the direct sales and opportunity, business opportunities and online selling and that whole space. And there's always a secret system, a magic elixir, this new thing that's, get in at the top, right? And there's look at the Lamborghinis, look at the bikini chicks on the yacht, hype, lots of hype, and people buy this stuff. Again, this isn't an assessment of the, general intelligence of most of the public. Okay. But if we look at, like I said before, a lot of what people buy, it's not as good. It's not as good as what you can offer them. Right. I think if you're engaged in this conversation, I have to, if I have to assume anything, I would assume that it's because you're brighter than most. I think that's why you're here, because you're more able than most. Most people aren't in this conversation. Most people aren't thinking, how can I improve myself? Yeah, I may be running at 99%. How can I make it 99.9? Right? Excuse me. Or I may be acknowledging that I'm only running at 10%. Right? And how can I boost those numbers up exponentially, not just incrementally? How can I get an exponential increase now? Right? How can I accomplish a decade's worth of work in a month? Interesting question to ask. Sounds unreasonable, sounds outrageous, but I'll tell you what, when I started to become successful and I look back and I said, oh my goodness, look at where I've come from. We talked about on Friday, we talked about acknowledging what we've done, right? And being grateful for what we've done. If you missed Friday's broadcast, it was a lot of fun. Plus it was fun Friday. But if we can acknowledge, look at where I've come from. And if I look around at my peers, right? People who have been in my midst up to this point, just by default, right? Have they accomplished similar or even close to that? In most cases, the answer is going to be no. So can we acknowledge ourselves, right? And can we say, now, of course, we're looking at our peers here in this group. Can we say, well, those who are out producing us, right? Can we also take tips from them? This is the whole point of the mastermind group. And we're going to get to that chapter in Think and Grow Rich. I think is it next week or the week after? Yeah, this week. Anyway, we're on the specialized knowledge. Really good stuff. But the idea that we're experiencing here, and the reason we attract, I think the reason we attract such on-purpose people is because we're on purpose ourselves. In fact, in this group, we have a purpose that is bigger than any of us. And what is that purpose? I think we had some reminders of that in the past week. To reestablish causation in the lives of people who have forgotten how powerful they are. The more cause you are, the more effective you can be. All I want is for you to be effective. Go win. Go make an example, a spectacle of yourself. Go do that. Go do that. Because if not you, then who? And if not now, then when? So my suggestion today, and what I'm going to be focusing on today, is what risk can I take, calculated risk, not chance, to reach broader, to create that leverage, right? To get more done in one day than most people accomplish in a week or a month, right? What can I do to make a bigger splash in the marketplace, to put more attention on my product, services, opportunities, whatever I'm offering, to thereby attract more people who are predisposed and pre-motivated to participate, and at the same time, yes, repel those who are not, which is a wonderful time saver, right? We're talking about, and I know there's a lot of talk about things like polarization when it comes to marketing and even, social media and stuff like that. Well, I'll tell you, if you're vanilla, you're ignored. And it's easy to fall into that, right? But what if your product is just like everybody else's? Oh, you got vanilla too? Okay. Meh. You get a meh, right? What can you do to set yourself up as distinct and different and something you can't get anywhere else? Again, it depends on the business, the field that you're in. Okay. Certainly if we're talking about, relationships and things that are not business related, there's a lot more uniqueness to that because there's a lot more of you that's involved in that. So I guess the idea then is, how can we put, assuming that that you're got good ethics and good intentions, and that you're a good asset, you're a good asset to whatever offer you're putting out there. How can you put more of you into that offer? And I'm going to shut up here after this because I'm like going in 100 different directions today. So you guys need to reel me in. Okay. But I was thinking about an offer, one of the offers that I work with, and in the online business space, and how I have made a lot of sales of that offer. And the same exact offer, ostensibly, when we look at it, other people hardly make any sales with it. I sell a lot. Other people sell very little. Why is that? Okay. Because what are people actually buying? They're buying me. And that, does that sound egotistical? It's not. It's just correct assessment, right? I mean, if the variable is who's doing it, well, then we got to look at who's doing it, right? Like like was said in The Science of Getting Rich, Wallace D. Wattles. Two people engaged in the same business. One gets rich, the other remains poor. Why? It's the same exact business. The one who gets rich does things in a certain way. In order to do things in a certain way, you've got to think in a certain way. Certain, absence of doubt, certainty. That's what we're talking about here. Who is doing it? Someone who knows where they're going, or someone who's just trying, like a rat looking for cheese, trying to get, so desperate, so needy. Oh my goodness, don't do that. Don't do that. So there's a bit of confidence you've got to develop in yourself. And I'm here in this group and in this capacity to help you develop that confidence. I can't do it alone. I mean, you got to buy that deal. I can lay it on the table, but you also got to sell it to yourself, which is the biggest sale you could ever make, right? It's like, I am sold myself. Man, I rock. I am friggin' awesome. Here I come, world. Here I come. And when you can have that conversation with yourself, it starts to, not in a boastful way or conceited way, but it starts to impregnate and permeate whatever message you're putting out there. Think about that. Something as simple as the widget, which you don't seem to have anything to do with except, getting it posted. Just the way you wrote the words, the way you wrote the copy, the way you photographed it. There's something about it that's a little bit different that fetched. I'm not trying to get mystical with you here. Okay. I'm just letting you know this is how it works. It fetched those eyeballs and it fetched that money. In fact, it fetched more money than the vanilla guy. something to consider. What the hell is this topic that we just talked about? I don't know. I just walked into this group of happy, smiling people, and this is what came up for me. You are all so able. I don't believe you are. I know you are. And October is upon us. It's the 5th. What are we getting done this month? Every day I wake up, jump out of bed, and I'm thinking, what am I getting done? What am I getting done? What am I getting done? Done, 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 done. We're going to end this month strong. And that's what's coming up for me today. Hopefully you own that for yourself, right? I can't force you to end this month strong. I could just hopefully be an example of that. I want to go ahead and see who else has some ideas about what you're accomplishing via your own entrepreneurship, your own willingness to reach, to risk, to do whatever, right? What are you accomplishing this month? And the floor is open. So who would like to speak on that? Kathy says, we are also fetching this October. All right, very good. Oh my goodness, no hands up. Is this thing broken? Are we on here? Nobody wants to talk? We're done. Oh, Mark. Hey, Mark, come on out, buddy.
Okay, man, I won't take long, but I don't know what it is, John. It must be this whole law of attraction, the forces of the universe. But it seems like every time I get on one of these, you talk about, I don't know what's gonna, I don't know what I'm talking about till it comes out of my mouth. But every time we have these sessions, for that session on that day, there are things that come out of your mouth that have absolute implication to where I'm at emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically. I mean, just all the things that are going on with me, and they're calming to me, and they help me focus, and they just, I don't know, just something is happening and it's working for me, and I'm just really excited, and I just appreciate the friendship and this connection that we have. Thank you. I'm so blessed and so grateful that I'm here. Thanks.
Thank you, Mark. So glad you're here as well. And thank you for being a part of this movement. Let's go to Elmer and Hungsang and Jane. And we got Elmer and Hungsang. I see 2 appearances of Elmer and Hungsang. So whichever one is talking next, please come on out.
Hey, John, it's Elmer.
Hey,
thank
Elmer.
you so much. I mean, yeah, like to Mark's point, like, so grateful for the group, and like, yeah, like every time you speak, it's always so timely and appropriate. And, what a great way to start October, which I can't believe it's already October. But to your point, we're all here. We've all made the decision that, we are determining what value we are bringing to the market. And in order for that to happen, we sort of have to let others receive it and be aware of it. Aside from this whole Amazon, progress, journey that we're all taking, I too am also looking for my next new opportunity, and, sort of have to kick my butt in gear to ramp up with that. And, I sort of took a chance, reaching out on LinkedIn to, somebody I saw for a job posting, and was the hiring manager, and literally, took, the leap of faith, and had to, swallow my pride and just put it out there that, I'm looking to join your team. And it was sort of a big step, because I was like, I don't know if they're going to respond, or, or just totally ignore my email, because there are like thousands of other people applying. But I just did it. I was like, what? I just pressed the send button, and, made the decision that, if I don't say anything now, it will have been as if I didn't say anything to begin with. So why not just press the send button? And, I did it again to the same person, just to remind him. And you know what? I was like, this is feeling better and better each time I just press the send button, and just got to do it. So thank you for the encouragement.
Thank you, Elmer. Look, so that is a specific example of a seed that was just planted, and you're cultivating that seed. Persistence is in order. I mean, anybody who's got a dog, that the dog comes and begs for a treat. Yeah, get out of here, go away. So he comes back and begs for a treat. Whether you gave him the treat or not, right? He's going to come back and beg for the treat again. Ultimately, he's going to get the treat, right? Children know the same thing. They don't have an off button on that. I want it, I want it, I want it. Okay, great. All right. So intent, and thank you for that. That's a perfect example of that. And you know what? Whatever the outcome is, it is. The point is that you reached. The point is you did it. You didn't just sit there idly. That is huge. Thank you, Elmer. Let's go to Jane and then Hung San, I think, is going to have a separate microphone. Hi, Jane.
Hey, John. Hi. So October for us is going to be a very, very big month. So you know, our journey so far, we've got so many products out there, and now we've selected the products that we want to put out on the market for Q4. Except we've just sent to be sold 180 products of one item, and you can just imagine the, if you like, the risk that we feel, but I know that those products have sold. We've got in our bedroom, we've got 80 other products that we're just bundling together at the moment, and 80 of another one that we're just bundling together. We're almost out of stock of another product that we've got to order, probably 180 of those for Q4, and that's a significant risk for us. But it's all going to happen in October and all sold in Q4. What was the quote that you said about when you sleep? Can you just say that one again?
When you sleep?
If you sleep and you make a sale.
It was, I don't know if it was a direct quote. I believe it was Warren Buffett. If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work till the day you die.
Okay, so I'm just going to show you my phone. Can you see that? Oh no, that's my dog. That's my dog.
Yeah, I was just wondering what you were showing us there.
So let's see if I can do that again. Can you see that?
I see it.
Can you see the time on it?
Yes.
It's 4:06 a.m.
There you go.
Bought our product in 4:06 a.m. and they live in Guernsey, by the way. So we were certainly fast asleep.
Wow. Congratulations, you guys. By the way, if you don't look at the microphone, for some reason, your microphone rejects anything off access.
It's off the laptop. So yeah, it's on.
Yeah. So now you're looking at, all right, now you're close.
Yeah.
Got it. I can hear you. So 4 o'clock in the morning, you're making sales. Fantastic. So it's happening, guys. That's multiple streams of income. That's a leveraged income. That's where you did the work. And now here comes, the fruits, even if in your absence, you're not there, you're doing something else. Hopefully you are at 4 o'clock in the morning. So
Sleeping.
Yeah. Jane and Neil, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Jane, anything to add to that?
No, I'm loving it.
Fantastic. So glad you guys are here. Let's go to Hung San and then Adrian. Hung San, you've got the floor. Hello, Hung San. She's unmuted, but I'm not hearing her. Can anybody else hear Hung San? No, Hung San, we gotta work on your microphone. Something's going on there. Let's go back to Hung San. We'll go to Adrian J. Go ahead, Adrian. You got the floor.
Hello, everybody. Is it not too loud, me mic now? Because people are
you sound
commenting.
good. You sound awesome, man.
I think I've missed you all, and I got a lot out of this session when I did join, but because of the problems I had at the beginning of this, I missed it out. And John was quite nice to ring me personally and get me all corrected. But I see where you're all coming from, taking risk and jumping into the deep blue sea. When I took this journey on in the middle of May, I never thought I would be doing so much and learning so much where I am now. I started with 1 product. I now have got 8. Now I've got 10. 2 didn't work. I got rid of it. So I continued. I got my latest product. I sold 120 of them in 3 weeks. I've sold out. I can't get no more now for another 30 days because I didn't expect them to go that fast. But over the last 3 months, this is what I've done in the last 30 days. Can you see that?
Yep.
And month on month, I'm going up in the world. So it's just, all I can say, guys, you've probably missed me saying this, but just keep on your journey. it will happen like it's happening to me. Jane, Adrian, Eggo, you're doing brilliant. Just carry on with it, and we all will achieve our goals together. And I know we will. And I'm just glad I'm back here, and I will keep on coming here and meeting you all. Thank you, everybody.
So glad you're here, Adrian. Congratulations. You were one of the first people that stuck out of my mind anyway, that was pretty much just jumping up and down excited because you had multiple little offers going out, and some of them were taking root, and you weren't shy about that. And so I can use that as an example and as an inspiration to me. Understand, Adrian, and everyone, every win you have inspires me and inspires people you don't even know are looking. This is the upward spiral is what this is. I need evidence all the time that I'm on the right path, right? I need reminders. The world is very seductive, right? I'll tell you what, the purpose of most media is not to help you reestablish cause and be more effective in your life and remember how powerful you are. It's about keeping you under control. And guess what? Here we're rehabilitating. We're rehabilitating how powerful we actually are. That's the whole intent of all this. And so thank you, Adrian, and everyone else who helps provide an example to remind us that, yeah, we can. I am so able. Here I come. I am so able. Let's see if we can get Hung San's microphone running there. And then
like
there
I'm
she
seeing on
is.
Elmer's screen.
Yeah.
No, thank you again so much for today's topic. It's just like, it's a personal share. I got the job.
Congratulations.
I'm just very grateful for our community. Everyone's been so encouraging with everything, and really keeping personally my spirits up through this time of like looking for a new role after being displaced. And yeah, I'm just very grateful for everyone's like encouragement, like, and pep talks, and like shout outs for folks who like Evelyn, you had offered your help to do like a mock interview with me. Eggo too. But yeah, I accepted your help, and it's I was very grateful for that. But I think bottom line, I just wanted to share that today's topic was the whole like, what value do we bring to the market, and the whole like calculated risk thing. It really applies in this instance. The role that I'm taking is technically a new role, and they valued it at a certain level. And it's actually below what I was making before in my old job. But I'm confident that this role is the right fit, where I can like really contribute and add value and increase their revenue and save them a lot of money. And I basically accepted it at the current like salary because that's what it's pegged at. But I basically spoke up and basically had a conversation with my hiring manager to clarify and work through like, okay, what kind of goals should I hit for myself and for the company to earn and deserve that higher salary where I should be at. And in my head, I'm like, I'm not afraid of coming in low because I know I can do it and provide that value and that contribution to warrant the salary evaluation. And in addition to that, it's definitely a mindset shift. But I'm just really happy and grateful for everything that I've learned through this community, and thank you again.
Thank you, Hung San. What you just mentioned about finding out what are the rules of this game, that's a causative thing to do. So great, I'll start with this, but how do I get that, right? So now that I know the game, I'm here to play the game. So that's a causative position that you've taken in all that. You're not just, oh, whatever they give me. No. So well done, my friend. That is huge. In fact, you know what? For those of you who've been hanging out with us for a little while, you know that Hung San was not terribly talkative just a few weeks ago, right? And here she is asserting herself, right? Finding out, how can I be more causative in this situation? Give me that job. I'm the one you want to hire, right? How did this happen? And it's not like she's the only one, right? You're not that unique, right? We've got plenty of people who've like blossomed here in just a short period of time. And so I'm just looking at why does that happen? And I'll tell you why it's happening. In fact, for anyone who's watching us on the interwebs right now, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you're seeing this, this is just what's on the menu right now. We've got, of course, our general session, which we broadcast publicly here. Life and Business Tools with Adrian and Eggo, two brilliant people. Adventures in Mindset with Stuart. This is Tales from the Trail from the Llama Master himself out in Taos. Networking Magic with Glenn, book study. That's tonight. Fantastic stuff. Brand Builder with Shannon, my wife, my secret weapon. So people are learning how to build their businesses with branding. Global and Tactical Marketing with Mark Riggle, who you heard from earlier today. We get together on Fridays so people can be heard and just share some ideas and suggestions. Group meditation, that's tomorrow with Nicola, right? If you got some ideas on what intentions, what kind of, we're going to sit here and be quiet for the most part, but you got something you want to focus on. It's great to be in that conversation. We have an e-commerce work group with Stuart, right? And with guests that show up and talk about different things. Yoga, we're doing yoga on Thursdays with Nancy. This is all part of the deal. Metaphors for Success with Wayne. Tech Talk with Eggo. That's Friday at 4 o'clock in the morning, my time. Integrative Nutrition was just added to the calendar. And of course, we always have a hospitality suite. My friends, this has become quite, and Adrian, you're just discovering this, man. This has become a huge family of action. Action is what's happening here. So be in this conversation. I'm going to bring out our favorite group meditation leader, and that is Nicola Black. Come on out, my friend.
Oh, sorry. May I just add really
yes.
quickly? I'm so sorry. But I forgot to say that. Well, I start the new job on Wednesday, and I'm not sure if I'll be able to join the live sessions anymore at 12 p.m. Eastern. I'll probably just be listening. I won't be able to be live, but I'll definitely miss everyone and being able to engage with everyone live. But yeah, I'll miss it terribly. So, but thank you.
We have evening sessions, and of course we have the whole running archive of recordings.
Yes, no, but it's just more like the active engagement. It just makes, and the energy, it's just, it's unbelievable, like when we're live. So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you again.
Thank you, my friend. So glad you're here. Let's go to Nicola and then anyone else who wants to speak.
Hello.
Nicola, there she is.
Yeah, I just want to share something then, and probably just thank you, John, because your words of make a spectacle of yourself were imprinted in my brain last week. So this is not my Amazon journey, but I've got a bit of a property portfolio. So I've got 3 properties which I rent on a short-term basis, so through Airbnb. And about 2 weeks ago, the COVID restrictions in our area were tightened. So I had just had a flurry of cancellations and it was looking pretty dead. And that's what happened first time around. And I didn't really do anything about it then. I just kind of accepted it was what it was and there's not much I can do. But I just thought, no, I'm going to make a spectacle of myself. So last week I put down tools on everything else, focused on the property stuff. I set them up on booking.com. I created a new website. I got us listed on Google Business. I put a Google ad out. I put a Facebook ad out. Just basically done as much as I could possibly throw at it, not really knowing what would come of it. I got a list of contractors. And then this morning I woke up to a nice 33-night booking, which is the longest, because generally it's like 2 or 3 nights. I've got a 33-night booking and another 7-night booking, which is the longest booking I've ever had. So just kind of shows if you put the effort in, and like you said earlier, I've probably done more in that week than I've done in the past like 3 months on trying to promote the business, but it pays off. Couple of days later and it paid off. So just very grateful for the energy I get from this group and helping us to do that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nicola. I'm breaking up a little bit. Can you guys hear me still? Are we still live?
Yeah.
Very good. Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Very good. Thank you, sir. And Nicola, congratulations. Just getting it done. Doesn't it feel relieving or empowering or freeing when you just
Take
reach?
some
When you,
action.
yeah.
Yeah. Even though I
Yeah.
didn't know there was no guarantees it would result in anything, just the fact
Right.
of doing something about it, it just felt like empowering.
Yes. And so what Nicola just said, no guarantees. So non-attachment, right? You know, this seed may or may not take root. I don't know. Okay, but we're going to plant it anyway. We're going to sow the seeds, right? That is so freeing. That non-attachment. That's something that when I work with people in the sales space, doing sales coaching, and typically people are so like needy at first, like, oh, I hope I'm doing it right. I'm going to try and communicate the offer, and it's like, you got to relax. Right? The way to do it right is to know you're doing it right. Lead with intent, not with attachment. Intent, not attachment. Beautiful stuff, Nicola. Thank you so much. Let's go to Adrian over in Grand Cayman, the other Adrian who's on with us live right now. Hey, Adrian.
Hey, how you doing, John?
Hey.
That was another great fire-up talk for a Monday to get the week really going. And yeah, you talked about taking action, calculated risks, and that sort of thing. And all this is going to tie up in the book chapter tonight, because in order to do all that, we need the mastermind group. And what the mastermind group is doing is firing up imagination and creating inspiration. I think that's what it's all about. And we'll get onto that chapter tonight where he ties the whole thing up, because without the inspiration of everyone else in this group, we may just sit back a bit more and say, yeah, I can do this next week. I can have a go when I feel like it. But this is really firing up imagination, saying, hey, I could do this, and inspiring me to say, yes, I've got to get on with it, because everyone else is getting on. I've got to get on. So there is that collective force that's building and has been building for weeks now. And it's great to have Adrian back on board, because he's got a lot of it. And every time we listen to him, he's putting another product on there and doing something to really push the rest of us forward. So there's just so much energy. But if you get a chance to read that chapter on tonight's book club, Specialized Knowledge, he ties up some of the first 4 chapters, and it all begins to make sense. So, John, thanks for that talk. It's really fired me up for the rest of the week.
Thank you, brother. So glad you're here. We are getting stuff done. Adrian, I know you're getting stuff done too. We have our little sidebar conversations. We got some good plans in the hopper here. All right. So I don't see any other hands. We are at 42 minutes past the hour. I do see a few chats. Thank you guys for your participation. Oh, we have Eggo and we have Corla. Let's bring Eggo out here. Eggo,
sorry, it was a last minute thing. So in terms of big wins for the last week, I basically hit the button to publish my book on the 12th. So it's been released on Kindle on the 9th of October, and then the paperback is available on the 12th of October. I wasn't worried about publishing. It's what I've been doing anyway, just kind of working behind the scenes. But before I hit the button, and just for a very short second, an element of fear just came in, like, wow, you're exposed now. And I thought, yes, I'm exposed because I have a story to tell. I have lives to change. I have inspiration to give. So what the hell, I'm hitting that button. So I did. And, the book is available on the 9th. It's available for pre-order, actually. But then, yes. So
where's the link?
I'll send the link. Yes, I will.
Like, I'm publishing this everywhere. This is Eggo's first book, everybody.
Excited, actually. Excited, and I was, kind of emotional 2 days ago. I'm like, wow, this is actually happening, and I've had lots of, like good feedback from people, lots of pre-orders as well. And people are just kind of, like sharing the message. So that, the last leg of that journey, I was in this community, and there's no way I would have made it this far up to this point without this community. So I thank you all.
Thank you so much. So, so what's the title of the book? Because we want to capture this on recording right now for everyone who's watching.
It's called More Than Just My Hair.
Mm-hmm.
More Than Just My Hair.
More Than Just My Hair by Eggo Obi.
Yeah, so it's more than just my hair. The subtitle is Journeying Through Cancer, Choosing Faith Over Fear.
And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I found it. I'm on
Oh, you
Amazon
have?
and I am buying it right now. Here it is. Check it out. Check it out.
Oh my
All right, everybody. More than just my hair. Type it into Amazon and get your copy now.
Both on Amazon UK and Amazon US. Amazon.com
Yes.
or co.uk.
Yeah, I'm on just Amazon.com, and yeah, I've got no other choice but to be American on this. So pre-order with one click, done. All right, Corla, thank you, Eggo. Corla, you're going to wrap it up today. What's going on?
Hello. Well done, Eggo. Well done, Hung Sang. Aren't we all doing well? I wasn't going to let you get away with only 40 minutes today, John, so I just had to stick my hand up. The only thing I really wanted to say was that I've found a second product, and I've been kind of havering over actually getting on with it, because the second product was probably going to get to Amazon before the first product, which is taking a bit longer because it's got a bit of a lead time. And my second product will come from a wholesaler, which means that it's a lot quicker, a wholesaler in the US, which means it's a lot quicker to get there. So I'm just going to get on with that tomorrow and get it ordered. And that's
fantastic. All right. Well done. Thank you, Corla. Wow, what a productive group we've got here. I am so fortunate to be surrounded with productive people. Anybody else before we wrap it up for today? Any burning desires? You know, sometimes we run long. We're gonna cut this off on a high note right now. Are we good? Evelyn Melendez?
Yes, just a little housekeeping, you guys. A reminder, on Friday with John, we have a session at 6 p.m. that is called Be Heard, where new ideas and to engage the group to participate are born. And this coming Friday at 1 o'clock in the hospitality suite, we're gonna need for you guys to give us some fun facts about yourselves, something that nobody knows that you guys have not shared yet. And our darling EVA, she's going to be keeping track of all that. So we need you guys to send her a message via Messenger or email, whatever way is best for you. We suggest Messenger. She's going to keep track of that. And on Friday at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we're going to try to guess whose fun fact that is. The person that has more points will be the one that is going to win. And the gift is to be determined. I know, John. We're putting you on the spot. You kind of were forced to volunteer for that, but we'll figure something out. At the end of the day, what is important is that we have fun.
Yeah.
The other housekeeping that I have for you guys is our darling Gail is having a birthday, and David Dickinson, which I am honoring on Facebook, and people have been wishing you guys a happy birthday. But David, you're not on Facebook, so you're missing out on all your birthday wishes. But maybe, I don't know, if you guys want to say happy birthday, or just, you know, I don't know, shake your hands, applaud, whatever, you know, so they can see we're celebrating you. That was it, John. As usual, you're the best. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for your wonderful wishes.
Happy birthday, Gail and David and Elvie, Star's daughter Elvie. Birthday.
Yes, she had a birthday too.
There you go. Happy birthday, everybody. And all you got to do, if you're looking for the Facebook group, you're a member of the Mastermind, right at the top, when you log in, you'll see it says Facebook. And we should probably have it in more than one place so people can find it. But right now it's all, and Evelyn, thank you for managing that group. So because I'm not a Facebook expert or anything like that. Therese, I know, participates a lot in there as well. Thank you, Therese, and everyone who participates in that Facebook group.
And your
Jane, you've got your hand up, or Neil? Is it Neil?
Yep. You saw them very quickly, and obviously you mentioned about your daughter and the Star's daughter. So I will just quickly show you mine and Jane's daughters. That's so Rachel and Vicky. That's mine and Jane's daughter.
Wow.
They're a little bit older than your daughters.
Right. Right. Yeah. How old are they now?
30, coming up to 30, and 29.
Wow.
I know you wouldn't think Jane was old enough, would you?
No, definitely not. Definitely
She
not.
has another daughter, and I've got a son as well. There you
Right.
go. And I'm told that it's the first 25 years that are the worst.
Oh, okay.
It gets
Very
better after
good.
that.
Thank you, Neil. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Anybody else before we wrap up today? We ready to get to it? Ready to hit it? Let's hit it. I will see you guys back here on the, we have several things happening today. We of course have a hospitality suite that happens all day, whenever you like. We do have e-commerce work group with Stuart, and that's coming up at 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 Eastern US time. And then we end our day today at 6 Pacific, 9 Eastern with our book study, chapter 5, Think and Grow Rich, original text, specialized knowledge. I'll see you guys there. Make it a great day. Bye for now.
Bye,
See you,
everyone.
everybody. Bye.